Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing this April the 3rd, 2025, daily XRP, gold and silver bullion, altcoin, blockchain technology video. Noon update that you've come to expect, love, need, and deserve as we're bringing, as you guys are aware of and helping me, and you are the most important part of this building movement, bringing back, enforcing from the social media influencers and the mainstream media and insiders to bring back trust, truth, information, and education so that you are informed and well informed to make a profitable investment and or decision for yourself in your life, what you want to do based on as much education and knowledge and information that you can get, and we do it trustfully and you know you can trust and it's truthful and it's not paid for, it's not promoted by infiltrated criminal gangsters that get paid to fleece, manipulate you, and play on your emotions. We let your emotions sit down and relax and sip a nice cup of hot coffee because you are educated and informed, and when you're educated and informed, that allows you to make a precise non-emotional decision, right? And if you look at the Trump tariffs we've been talking about for since he got elected, whether you like Trump or hate Trump, I stay out of that on this channel. But the tariffs are no more than a tax, right? And who pays the tax? Just like when the government makes a new tax on the rich, who really pays the tax? The middle class, the poor, they pay the tax. When the government prints money or the Fed expands the money supply, what does that do? It's a tax. It's not called a tax, but it's an indirect tax because when they print money or expand the money supply, it creates inflation because they're expanding the money supply and the goods or services that you're trying to get does not expand with it. So the everything becomes more expensive, and that is a tax, right? And who is hit hardest on that? The middle income and the poor, right? The very rich people don't care if products go up 10% year over year. They got $100 billion. They don't care. But the guy making or the woman making 50, 100, 150, 200 grand a year or not making any money at all, it's going to hurt you the most. And the Trump tariffs are a tax because the tariffs used to work back 100 years ago when we were the manufacturing mecca, right? And this is some of the truth and education and information that you come here for. Um, 100 years ago, when we produced everything, when we made everything, when we exported everything and didn't really need to import anything. And when you imported something, it was very expensive because it was often seen as fancy or the rich people could only buy imports, right? Because everybody had to import from us. We were exporting everything. So tariffs would work back in the day if a country that had to buy stuff from us was their products were going to be 25% or 30 or 50% more expensive, how we used to pay most of our taxes because they were buying it, right? And we were charging them an extra 25% in the tariff. It doesn't work very well, or it doesn't work at all 100 years later when we are the importers of the mecca of the world. We don't produce very much, if not anything, that we export. We import everything: washing machines, cars, TVs, furniture, lumber, toys, shoes, shirts, clothes, belts, washing machines, kitchen sets, counter, all that stuff. We're importing it all. So, what good is a tax going to do on a country that we're importing something from? It's just going to raise your price because we're buying it. So, it's going to do, and it's going to have drastic consequences on U.S. and worldwide markets because it's hitting other countries too, just as bad. But the Dow Jones is down 3% today as new tariffs go in. The Nasdaq 4%. You can see the Nike, the Japanese stock, was down almost 3%. Right, the Haysine Index, the Chinese stock market, has been trending down. But in America, you're going to feel the effects because we're putting tariffs on countries where we are. When you put the shirt on, your shoes, your hat, look at your pants, where they're made. They're not made here. We're importing them all. So it's not a very good idea to have a tariff war when you're not importing anything. The country that is the export king, the tariffs, they're the ones that are in position to do tariffs to benefit their country. Right now, I don't believe it's a good idea, and I've been stating that since Trump was running on here, the brief few things that I mentioned politically, because the tariffs kept coming up for the crypto, and I kept saying the tariffs are not a very good idea because of the things I just stated. And if you look at the Bitcoin price, the cryptos have already had a lot of heavy sell pressure. I don't want to buy you still. We don't care. They've already had a lot of sell pressure, but you can see that was the catalyst of the most recent downturn in the Bitcoin price, right? If we go into the daily, you can see our forecast of a golden bearish cross is going to happen here into the future. We're getting very close now with this latest downturn. And I think probably by middle of next week, maybe next Wednesday, we're going to have that bearish cross where the 50 is going to get underneath the 200. Then, as we've been showing you, our next major move is down here to the 73,000 and change. Then we're going to have a slight rally, and then we're going to eventually end up at this neckline. And these tariffs might be the thing that could flush you very quickly down to the neckline and have a massive local short-term capitulation. And that's something that we're going to be watching out for. But we're eventually going to end up at that 58,000, but we have to hit the 73,000 first. Everything is still in play. Our turtle reversal pattern, conveyor belt, turtle's head, the breakdown. I coined that phrase. You can't find a turtle reversal pattern in anywhere, but when notice that little formation, whether it's in a long-term formation or a short-term, they always play out the same. And along with that, to give you a key that you're on the right track, is the volume is always declining drastically from where the pattern started. So we're still looking good in the Bitcoin price. The Bitcoin dominance is rising because the market is scared with the tariffs. So they're selling out of their altcoins and dumping them in to the perceived safe haven of crypto, which is Bitcoin. And you can see the dominance now is up to 62.99%. And as we know, when it's going up, it puts heavy sell pressure on the altcoins. And that's just the truth. And that's just the facts of what goes on there. The XLM price, another thing that we hit out of the park for you. And I think the tariffs are just going to be a perfect timing with the news to drive down these targets and get us to these targets at 63 cents back in uh, December, I believe that was. We became short to medium term bearish and told you the price was going to come down, told you we were going to have a bearish cross. Then we told you we were going to have a golden bearish cross. The bearish cross has already happened. The golden bearish cross is 3 to 5 days away. We're now breaking down past a triple bottom at the 25.5 cents. And we've been forecasting ever since up here. We were warning you how we could see these lower targets that are now getting hit, where we're coming through the 25 cents finally, where the next move you're going down to in a big way is 18 cents. And eventually you're going to end up at the 14 cents. And these predictions and this information was all released to you in real time way back here, just after the big wick high with the grayscale filing, 100% blow off push final to the 8x, 9x move. We told you we could have some very, very short to medium term downturn, and we were looking at potential targets, potentially of a 70% collapse or orderly, not a collapse, it's just an orderly sell off to a potentially 77.69 down to the 14.5 cents. And the market didn't believe it at the time. Old Vincenzo was the only one giving you the trust and the truth and the information and the education that you need. This was the only person, me, on this channel, telling you the whole time back there that the regional bull run was over and we were going to have some pain ahead as the market natural fluctuation is going to take place, and the sell-off over an extended period was going to happen. And look, in fact, now it did happen, but we gave you the first mover advantage here on this. And that's why you need to become members of Jabroni Killers, as I only got 10 minutes left and I have a meeting. You need to become members of Jabroni Killers because the rest of the market catches on when it's too late for you to do anything about it. And the key to watching a channel and supporting a station like Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing and becoming members of Jabroni Killers, as we give you the tea leaves and we give you the information before the market shows itself, before the 70% collapse, before the 5x move, right? We don't wait until it's apparent and you can't do anything about it. We're the first mover advantage for a reason. We're the number one cryptocurrency channel, building the best community with the best information, truth, and trust that you can get anywhere. Hit that join button, become members of Jabroni Killers. I made it the industry cheapest and best value. I didn't make it $50. I didn't make it $100, $500, $30, or $20. I made it $3.99 a month. That way everybody can afford it. That way we have maximum people in here and spreading the word and spreading the message and sharing it to get the information you need. And that's the value of Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. For pennies a day, you can support the best channel with the most trusted and the most trusted and truthful source that you can come to. And it's paying out in dividends because the rest of the field catches on down here. Well, what good does that do you when a big loss has already been incurred and you're in no position to really do anything except hope it goes lower to accumulate at a lower price? Right? But those other channels still promoted up here, all of them, that the bull run was still in effect. So all the new viewers that they were collecting would buy whatever they were selling, make bad trades on misinformation, right? And that's the critical thing and the value of this channel is we just give you the news, the education, the information, the truth, and we're trusted. And that's what we're built on, trust, right? So become part of the movement. The same as what this could also, the tariffs and XRP. And again, the value of Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. You know, we told you this was a head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. When? Not over here. You can look at, they're all timestamped. We didn't start talking about it over there. We laid out this pattern right in this blue circle in mid-January, right? 3 months ago almost. Got way out ahead of the field, gave you the first mover advantage that you needed to make the best decision that you can. And we told you that we were in a head and shoulders. And then, as you can see, as the future went on, it became apparent right there what we were in. And that's when the rest of the social media influencers, like we told you they would, caught on and acted like they knew it the whole time. When if you go look at their videos from those days, they were way off, had no clue what was going on. Old Vincenzo gave it to you first. We've never changed our thinking of what was going on, even when those same influencers and the mainstream finally caught on 2 months too late that it was a head and shoulders short to medium term topping out reversal pattern. When this news came out on that Sunday, early Sunday morning, and XRP jumped 45% in an hour, they all scrapped what they were saying with the head and shoulders. They all came on the next 24 hours immediately to get the hype and to get the news that the head and shoulders has been invalidated. A confirmation at the neckline happened, and the price was going to make a new all-time high right away because they didn't understand what was going on, and or they're just playing for views and playing on your emotions in order to profit for themselves. But we continued and got on immediately to calm your nerves, to ease and the FOMO that you were experiencing, that the price was coming back down. We were going to go below the neckline. We were going to hit the 200-day moving average at $1.93, and we are going to fulfill this technical target down to $1.29. Like, subscribe, and share. I have to hit this meeting. Peace in the direct eyebrow, Jay.